To proceed with next session, we have very eminent personality, Mr. Mohammed Halal between us to share his valuable words on topic Quality Assurance Program, OECD Principles of GLP. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Mr. Mohammed Halal. He pursued his MSc in Biochemistry from Vinayaka Missions Research Foundation University and MBA from National Institute of Business Management. Sir has 25 years of vast experience in heading laboratory, animal facility, and GLP quality assurance units at many reputed GLP certified research organizations like Joy Research Foundation, Orchid Pharma, Stafford, Dabur Research Foundation, International Institute of Biotechnology and Toxicology, and Swiss Biotech Research Private Limited. He is currently associated with Animal Care Systems USA as Director Business Development India and Founder Director of Tiruchirappalli Art. May I request you, sir, to take the charge and address the participants with your comprehensive knowledge on GLP.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for your wonderful introduction. So, shall I proceed now?
Yes, sir, you can proceed, sir.
Yeah, already ma'am has given a good afternoon to everybody. Madam has given the detail about me, the brief introduction about me. So I don't want to tell about me much because it is already has given. So is it audible to everybody now?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, first of all, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the management of SSR College and Principal Dr. Sanjeev Acharya and Professor Dr. Chirag Patel and Professor Dr. Vishal Modi and the entire SSR team for the opportunity to be a part of excellent program on GLP training. I also would like to welcome all the participants and my fellow speakers for this session. Yeah, and in the morning session, my fellow speakers are already addressed about the basic principle of good laboratory practice. So now I would like to we'll discuss about the quality assurance program, the OECD GLP certified facility. Yeah, if any, I would like to remind you all, if any problem you're facing during my presentation, so please you can interfere many times. Yeah. Now we'll talk about quality assurance program. The purpose of a GLP. What I felt about spending about 22 years in the GLP certificate facility, how the quality assurance is important. I can say it is after the test facility management, the quality assurance program, quality assurance team plays very important role to maintain the quality. Yeah, you know why? If you maintain the quality, you know how it help to do the best business in our industry. So here, as per the document, GLP, OECD GLP guidance document number 4. The purpose of GLP, what they say, it promotes quality and validity of test data to the assured regulatory authorities. Then mutual acceptance of data. Ensures comparability of test results and limit waste of resources. Allows reconstruction of study. We'll talk about more in detail in the following slides. The quality assurance. As per the OECD GLP guidance document number 4, it's a defined system including personnel, which is independent of study conduct and is designed to assure TFM of the facility compliance with the principles of good laboratory practice. Quality assurance program. Every test facility should have a documented quality assurance program. Quality assurance program carried out by personnel designated by and directly responsible to the management and clearly defined. The quality assurance program clearly identified in our organization chart, organogram, and they should not part of conducting any studies. I mean, they should not be involved in any study conduct. They should not part of any experiment, any studies under the GLP studies or any study. They have to watch, they have to monitor, and they have to report to the test facility management. And they should not suggest what the study director should do, the study personnel should do. Only they have to monitor what they're doing, whether they're following the SOP, relevant guidelines. That's what they have to do, and they have to report to test facility management, and they have to submit the quality assurance audit report to the study director and the concerned people of the study. Okay. Now, responsibilities of quality assurance personnel. The OECD GLP says, the guidance document 4 says, they are custodian of GLP in organization. They are eyes and ears of test facility management. They are not mouth of test facility management. They are eyes and ears of test facility management. The QA personnel assures management that the studies and the facility as a whole are operating in compliance with the GLP principles. Quality assurance personnel identifies specific issues which cast doubts over the validity of data. And quality assurance personnel reporting directly to the test facility management, and the TFM has to ensure, the management of the facility has to ensure that they should not report to anybody else than the TFM. They are directly reporting to TFM, not to anybody. If they suppose the management made reporting to some senior toxicology or head of the department, then there will be a bias. There will be a bias, conflict of interest, anything. So that's why they are only directly to reporting the test facility management, not to others. And not be involved in conduct of study being assured. What of the study? Assured by the quality assurance, GLP quality assurance study. And in the complete entire experiment or the study, the QA will not be part of the study. So this is the responsibility of quality assurance, apart from other. Many more to come. They have also review of SOP, the complaints with the GLP principles. What are the SOP? Created by all the concerned people, like quality assurance people, even quality assurance people, the SOP created by the test facility management, the SOP created by the study director, the SOP created by the study personnel, the SOP prepared by the archivist, test item control in charge. Any SOP available in the quality in the test facility has to be reviewed by the quality assurance personnel before it is to be effective. And also we have the QA personnel should check that SOP prepared according to the SOP for SOP. there is one SOP is there, how to prepare the SOP. So whether that this SOP has been prepared accordance with that in-house SOP of SOP for SOP. That's so important. Then we have to see that SOP is for the clarity, consistency, and completeness. Then again, QA personnel review the study plan. Earlier they used to say protocol something, study plan, study protocol something. Now the GLP documents only study plan. So we have to review the entire study plan before it is signed by the director. That's also one of the responsibility of QA personnel. And whether the study plan is prepared compliance with the test guidelines committed by the study director. Every study has certain test guidelines to conduct the experiment. So which guidelines they are committing? So that guideline, what says it is captured, incorporated in the study plan, they have to see. And also some of the study need to, every study need to conduct as per the guidelines, also some of the relevant SOPs. So these are all are incorporated or not. You have to see that it has to be seen by the quality assurance person. And again, clarity, consistency, and completeness of the study plan. And identification of critical phases. There will be many phases will be there for in vivo study, receiving animal from animal house, how many number of animals required to conduct the experiment, so receiving animal from the animal house and taking the body weight, the body weight should required to conduct the experiment, and dose calculation, dose formulation, dose preparation, and also submitting the test item request from the typo, what are the test item required and how much required, and during then critical phase comes. So there are many critical phases. The dosing experiment is the actually main critical part of the study. So during so that critical phase is captured and it is identified by the quality assurance personnel, so that these people can, the QA personnel, go and audit in the critical phase of the experiment. So this is also main responsibility of the QA personnel. Also, an audit or inspection is a methodical evaluation of process. What is the audit, inspections? The QA people used to do this. Their routine job, their regular job. The audit and inspection of the entire the project when you sign the once the during the signing the protocol to completion of experiment, they used to do audit at any phase, any time, and they have authority to do the direction given by the test facility management and OECD. So what is an audit? An inspection is methodical evaluation of the process and activity in a set of data, etc. It's not an inquisition or punitive exercise. The study writer and the study personnel should always think about it's not like people are coming and their inspector, they came and to audit and they're going to raise the question. They should not think that way. They should think that these people are coming to improve our procedure, which one we carried out during the particular project. So that's what their perception, and also they have to extend their cooperation to the quality assurance. And quality assurance personnel provide best information when performed in cooperation with the people audited. Yeah, it is the responsibility of the TFM, test facility management, to convey all the people, all the study writers, study personnel, and anybody, they have to give the whatever the quality assurance information asked by the quality assurance people, and all the relevant study people, study personnel people, they should give the information what the QA asked, and also they have to extend cooperation with the people audit. And, yeah, that we'll talk about more thing when we'll have the discussion time. Next. Also, responsibility of quality assurance personnel. Conduct inspection and maintain records the same. How many audits, the different type of audit performed by quality assurance people? There are 3 type of inspections conducted by the quality assurance program. One is study-based inspection, then facility-based inspection, then process-based inspections. Yeah, what is the study-based inspections? The study plan review, in the study protocol, the study plan, the review by the quality assurance personnel is study-based inspection. Also, in-life phase. I told about obtaining required animal cell lines, the test systems, test item, and weighing, preparation for that experiment, conducting main experiments, necropsy, slide preparation, all the relevant, and until this study signed by the study report or comes in the study-based inspection. Yeah, study, and then finally the study report to review also the part of the study-based inspection. Then again the responsibility of quality assurance personnel. We are explaining what is the facility-based inspection. Apart from the study-based inspection, now what we are going to discuss about facility-based inspection. Normally, the number of facility-based inspection is to conducted by the quality assurance team. They can decide how many times we have to do it per annum. Normally, we used to do twice or thrice, but if the facility requires more perfection, then we can decide the number of the facility-based inspection to be done by the quality assurance personnel. So what are the facility-based inspections? The equipment installation. Whenever you procure the new equipment, we have to see that whether according to our requirement that instrument has arrived and installed, like IQ, OQ, PQ, design qualification, installation qualification, performance qualification, operational qualification. Documents are available, whether it is a record and available, and the validation report prepared. Everything we have to see that in the facility-based inspection. And also whether they have the proper calibration certificate, validation certificate, and also once the instrument or equipment installed in the facility and used in the facility, the instruments require the regular maintenance. That we have to that it has to be set by the people who are using the equipment, the study director, study personnel, and they have to capture that how often they are going to do the maintenance in their SOP. So the QA personnel then go and see that the relevant SOP. So how many times they are mentioned in the SOP, whether they followed actually or not, and if they followed, where they have the record, whether they maintain in the logbook or set other maintenance document, and they have to see. Also, they have to see that the calibration regularly. Because for some instrument need to be calibrated before the experiment. Some may not be required. Some may be required to calibrate after 1 month or some. It is as per the SOP, in-house SOP on the particular instrument. So whether whatever they say, whether they calibrated or not, it has to be ensured by our quality assurance personnel during the facility-based inspection. Then support services. Yeah, there are there are some systems who helps the regular day-to-day activity of the facility. They may not be involved in directly to the GLP system, but they are helping how we are going to conduct the whole experiment as per the GLP. They are supporting, like electricity department, maintenance department, air handling, electricity maintenance, and the human resource administration, account department. They all are part of the GLP. Without providing the adequate and experienced people to the test facility to conduct experiment. So the human resource people are also the part of the GLP. They are supporting the service. So they are called the support services of the facility-based inspection. So these people, this support system also need to be audited by quality assurance personnel during the facility-based inspection. Then again, personal records. It's very important. Who are involved in the study, whether the study personnel or the study director, anybody involved. Even for one data records recorded by one person, they should be given the proper training. They should have the proper qualification. So what is the qualification requirement of their qualification? What are the training they should have been given? What, how they trained and who trained by? They trained by whom and when? So everything should be recorded in the personal CV file. So all the entire facility, whoever worked in the facility, in the GLP certificate facility, all the personal's CV files should be, everybody should have, the QA person should check their file periodically during the facility-based inspection. They have to submit this facility-based inspection report to the test facility management. And also it has to be, what are the suggestion given by, what are the findings given to the TFM, it has to be implemented, corrected by facility, study director and study person. And also during the facility-based inspection, the QA audits, like archives, waste disposal area, test item, test system. You know the test item, if you remember what is the test item, it is the chemicals, which one we are going to use, we are going to evaluate for the safety. Any agrochemical or pharma product provided by the sponsor to us to test. That's called the test item, the chemicals. And test system is the test items are, we are going to use experiment with the animals, laboratory animals. So in GLP, the test system means laboratory animals, cell lines, or any medical devices, anything you can say. So this is facility-based inspection. We covered already study-based inspection, facility. Now, third one is process-based inspection. With the process-based inspection, some of the study like short-term studies. And as per the nature of the studies, short-term studies, hardly one day experiment, only one day we're going to dose it and observe for 14 days. And also some of the, for repeated dose, long-term studies, the histopathology slide preparation, how the people do, how they are going to do regularly. So these are the things cannot be captured during the study-based inspection. So we can conduct the process-based inspection. Some lengthy procedures to how to do the process inspection. How many this reference can be given to the how many studies. So that everything to be done as per our SOP. It has to be covered. All these three inspection, study-based, facility-based, and process-based, we should have the proper SOP. We have to follow that as per the SOP. And this process-based inspection can be conducted not randomly, like once in 3 months or once in 2 months, something. It has to be decided with the study director and test facility management. They have to set it. I mean, it has to be main responsibility. You can say that it is study director only have to do it. How many times we have to do randomly? Process-based inspection. The QA also, along with the QA support. Prepare. Next. So after the study plan review, the critical phase of audit. Now the QA person responsibility is reviewing the final report. The study was conducted as per the study plan and SOP, and whether it is complete and accurate reporting. Also, we have to see for all aspects in compliance with the GLP. The study has whether the study has complete compliance with the GLP, and the report is internally consistent. There may be many parameters like histopathology parameter, hematology parameter, or body weight observation is there, feed weight observation is there. There are many things. It has to be consistent. So whether that report is internally consistent or not, we have to see. And the raw data is complete and is in compliance with the GLP. All the raw data. You know how to fill the raw data. Maybe some of our other my fellow speakers already would have been covered this thing, or maybe going to cover how to record the raw data. The complete what? Yeah. Is it okay? Is it okay, everybody? Is it audible to everybody?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. If any suggestion, something, you can. Shall I go ahead? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sukla. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So next slide is prepare and sign a quality assurance statement for the particular GLP study. Yeah, we audited the study plan, study protocol, then conducted the critical phase audit, and also reviewed the final study report. Now, the QA has to do some of the things from their end for the particular study. The quality assurance statement has to be provided to the particular study to be included in the final report. What they have to do? These statements would serve to confirm that final report completely and accurately reflects the conduct and the data of the study. Then all audit findings have been satisfactorily resolved. During the audit time, we found some of the things, some of the observation, and we informed that observation to the relevant particular study director, study personnel, and also we conveyed this thing to report it to our TFM. Now, there are few observations may be accepted by the study director, study personnel who involved the study, but some of the observation may not be accepted by the. It happens. They may say that to this audit, this observation is not relevant to this. It's not correct. It's not. We will not accept this. They have right to say, but with the proper justification, and that justification has to be accepted by quality assurance personnel who audited, and also the test facility management. Yeah. So it is and some of the observation accepted by the study director, study personnel, but not resolved later. So those things we have to see that all the audit observation has been closed or not closed. We have to see, and it is resolved in the resolved in satisfactory manner. Okay. Also, the QA statement should capture the study rater claim to GLP compliance. Correct. That is so important. What they committed in the study plan, whether they done it according to the GLP compliance. If the QA personnel who audited, if he satisfied, yes, the study has been conducted with the GLP compliance, then only you can provide the quality assurance statement to the study. This it's not. The responsibility of quality assurance personnel includes during the preparation of QA statement, the type of inspections on their date. I mean, whether they conducted critically phase inspection or process-based inspection, when they conducted, who conducted, everything has to be incorporated in the quality assurance statement, including the phase of the study is inspected and dates of reporting to the study rater when they reported to the study rater in the TFM, and when it is resolved, everything has to be captured in the QA statement. Next, responsibility of quality assurance personnel are so to maintain inspection audit schedule. Whenever we receive the quality, the study schedule from the study director, whenever we receive the study schedule from the study director, the QA team has to prepare one schedule. How many study will be the next days, coming days, and who going to audit? Because there will be quality assurance team will be there. So who going to audit? And they have to plan when they have to audit. The duration of the study may be 14 days, 28 days, 90 days, 180 days, according to the nature of the study. Even 1 day. So if a 1 day study, there is no option. We have to go and audit in the particular day. So the QA planning system must be prepared by the quality assurance team, and they have to maintain the copy, and they have to follow regularly without missing even a single critical phase. Otherwise, it's very difficult for them to provide the quality assurance statement. So they have to be very cautious. It's very critical things. They need to be done properly maintained by the QA team. Then to maintain copies of approved study operating procedure. Yeah, how many SOPs are there in the facility? And when it is prepared and when it has to be reviewed. And the list of the SOP, number of the SOP, who prepared whom, reviewed by QAU, approved by TFM. When it was approved by the TFM, after approved by the TFM only, all the SOP has to be effective. It will be implemented and it will be effective. So after the TFM, every SOP has to be approved by the TFM. Then only that SOP will be implemented in the facility. Then they have to maintain copies of approved study plans. The amendment. What is the approved study plans? The approved study plans mean not approved by the TFM. The approved study plans mean not approved by the quality assurance team. The approved study plans mean it's approved by, signed by the study writer. And after study plans are signed by the study plans, in its approved study plan, after a few days, they may think there are some amendment need to be done relevant to that study plan. So again, that amendment, they have to send it to quality assurance team so that what are the amendments made in the approved study plan. So they'll keep track and they'll also monitor whether it has been practiced during the experiment. Then the main thing, master schedule. has to be maintained by the quality assurance people. Master schedule. What is the master schedule? It is the list of the studies carried out, to be carried out, the GLP certificate facility. This when the study plan has been signed, then when the first data has been collected, means the experiment starts. Data of experiment starts. Then data of experiment ends. You know, the last data of the particular experiment, there is last record. This data collected for the particular study, the experiment ends. The study completions, it's called when it is a data completion of the experiment. Where once the study writer put his signature in the study report, it's called the study completion date. So study plan approved date, experiment start date, experiment ends date, then study completion date, and finally you have to send it when it is archived, when the date of archive of the particular study, and also you have to the relevant material of the particular study. So this is called the master schedule. This is it is not to be prepared by the quality assurance. The GLP system, QA should not do any activity. Only they can prepare SOP for QA. They should not prepare SOP for other activity. And also, master schedule of the one activity has to be prepared by somebody else, not from the QA. It says, because of, if QA prepares the master schedule, then who going to review that check the master schedule, it has been prepared by properly or not? But it is so suggestion, the master schedule supposed to be prepared by one individual person, not part of the quality assurance team. You got some idea about master schedule? If anything, there we'll discuss later in the discussion. Also, responsibility of QA personnel. Inspection of suppliers and the contractor. Yeah, sometimes it happens. For all the times, not. When you're buying the stationery, whether that vendor has been approved by our facility, the purchase department or facility, it's not required. But some of the equipment, the critical equipment used during the experiment, the critical equipment used by test facility, and that those instruments supplied by whom, whether they are genuine supplier or not. And also there is calibration of our equipment. We have to outsource the calibration conducted by the outsource vendor, whether they have the proper certificate to carry out calibration of the GLP certificate facility, whether they are trained people, whether they are certified people, whether existing or not. Those things we have to check. It's very critical. So for some of the people, we have to conduct. This is also QA part. They have to do the vendor audit or some vendor audit. Yeah. So what to assure management that test facility supplies meet requirements appropriate to their use in study. Inspection of test sites, contract facility when study is multi-site. Yeah. It's there is normally many studies are conducted in the one single site, but few cases the study has to be conducted in the multi-site field study within the field, the different field. Yeah, otherwise what are some of the parameters you are conducted in our facility, some of the parameters cannot be able to conduct, the facility may not be having that facility, so we have to outsource that particular parameter to the another facility. Then again we have to see those facilities are whether they are following certain SOP, whether they have SOP, whether they are following some system, whether the instrument is calibrated, whether they are using the proper reagent, chemical, it has to be also ensured by our quality assurance team. And and when we conducted experiment at different sites, and one person cannot monitor the study, whether the study is conducted as per GLP. So we have to, the QA team has to go to to be present the critical phase when the critical phase are conducted. So the people different personnel has to be present in the different sites. So this also, like, apart from the vendor audit and also the multi-site audits, this also QU responsible. Yeah, what are they are also giving some examples. So what are the materials like it has to be audited? They is giving for example, it is like animals, test system who supplies the feed what we are using for feed animals. So these are they are giving for the example. It's not only limited to these animals feed. And it's, as I said earlier, the calibration who is conducting and also the supply, the vendor who supplies the critical equipment to the facility. Then again, now they are elaborating about the multi-site situation, how the quality is. To ensure complete coverage of the study, you cannot say that because of the study has been conducted at different place. So our QA team, when we have the small QA team, 2 people, 3 people, team cannot go and present everywhere. So we cannot be part of assuring that particular critical phase. The quality assurance cannot say, and the TFM cannot say, and if they say mean that's a particular study, you cannot say it is a complex. So the QAU and the TFM has to ensure that the complete coverage of the study. So it is only for multi-site studies. And the layers between the study writer, when there will be a multi-site study, there will be a principal investigator. Every study will have only one study writer, but for multiple site study, there will be a principal investigator and maybe TFM and the test site management also, they have to alert. There will be one study writer, principal investigator, they may be test site monitors, and also if you need for particular study, you may find TFM also. In special case, something whenever it is required. And the lead quality assurance located at the same location of the study writer and also responsible for final report review. And the test site quality assurance located at the test site, monitor the phase. So what is the quality assurance and management link supposed to be? As I said, every test facility, GLP certified test facility, next to TFM, the quality assurance takes more responsibility, and they should have the access to the management. Then only to be effective quality assurance can be. So they must have access to staff, documents, and procedure what we follow and implement in the facility, and all levels of organization will be supported by a committed top management. Whenever, for example, I can say that whenever the QU sees that our test facility management TFM is not properly cooperating with to implement the GLP system in our facility, then the QA can directly report to who is sitting in the management to look after that, to set right of the GLP. So it's supposed to be implemented in the facilities. They should have the link and they should have the access. Then only that proper quality assurance, the effective quality assurance system maintaining the facility. So who are these people, quality assurance people? What the qualification and the experience they should have? The person joined from there may be maybe that fellow, maybe the particular person may be having the experience in the GLP system for many years, but working in the different area, like part of the study conduct, study personnel, and they're immediately, as per the QU requirement, they are transferred to the quality assurance today. Whether they can do the independent individual activity of all the QU from next day onwards? No. They may be having the qualification, they may be having the experience in the GLP, but they don't have the experience in the quality assurance system, and they did not give the adequate training of the quality system. They should not do that. They should not, I mean, they can part of the QU and take the training, they can help in the QU for many things, but they should not involve in the audit, inspection, reporting the report, review the study plan, review the SOP. They should not. So what are the terms that set by the OECD? They should have the proper training, adequate training, the experience, the expertise necessary to fulfill their responsibility. What is the expertise here? What is the expertise? For example, I'm telling you, one person transferred to quality assurance person to the QU from the chemistry department. Now he cannot go without proper experience, the expertise, and audit that biological studies. They should mean he can audit, but after getting the prior experience. And it is what happened. They may go for audit the acute studies, short-term studies, something in case after the training. But the person, the one chemistry person, can go on the audit on an entire complete, like long-term studies, cancer studies, critical studies, and he is being the chemistry and goes to audit the very important study or the long-term studies, cancer something, because of his area is chemistry. But nobody said that one chemistry guy should not go and audit in vivo study. It's not like that, nobody said, but it will be, if somebody goes in the particular expertise people, so he can effectively audit the particular study. So that is, they have not said anything, but we have to implement in our, if you want to give the perfect answer. So it's my perception, it's up to you. Okay, next. The QA person must be familiar with the test procedure. The test they are going to be conducted with the study person and study writer, and familiar with the concerned SOPs, concerned systems operated on behalf of test physician. Should have, apart from his experience, expertise, training, he should also familiar with the test procedure, SOPs, systems operated on behalf of the test facility. Have thorough understanding of the principle of GLP. Yeah, as a QA person, you should thorough the understanding and read the GLP principle very well, so that it can be effective quality assurance personnel. It will be very useful. It will be very useful when you are going to conduct the critical audit. If he has a very good knowledge, understanding about the GLP principle. So we have, we can bring any people into the QA system, but we should give proper training for at least some period, 6 months. Then they have to evaluate that fellow competency, QA competency should be evaluated by the QA head, senior QA people, is quality assurance head, and the TF. then only they are authorizing the person can work as an independent QA person. And have ability to understand basic concept of the activity being monitored. Necessary, have good communication technique, and also they have the capability of to handle the conflict handling skills. There will be conflict always. When the different type, many people involved in the studies, and when the QA also monitoring the study, there will be different opinion may arise. There will be different suggestion, something maybe people may raise. It may come in between, but who going to handle this thing? You cannot take every issue, every small issue, day-to-day routine issue to the TFM to solve. Sir, please, this person is not cooperating. This is not following. You cannot go on daily on the problem to TFM. So our QA team, what they should have this kind of skill to manage as much as possible within the QAU and the study writer, not compromise on the quality. That's it. Forum open for discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Such an now I will request Dr. Sonal Desai to resolve the queries of participants and moderate the session, brief the session.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir has given in-depth knowledge of role and responsibility of quality assurance personnel with reference to GLP, such as audits, inspection, maintaining records, inspection of final study reports, suppliers, and contractors. Sir has also assured has also discussed about qualification of QA personnel. Now, there are a few questions. So, one question is there again from Dr. Suvendu Kumar. The question is, can GLP studies be done in facilities that utilize other quality standards like GMP, GCP, ISO, etc.?
Can you repeat the question again?
Sir, can GLP studies be done in facilities that utilize other quality standards like GMP, GCP, or ISO?
Yeah, they can conduct parallelly. But
okay, parallel can be?
Yeah, they can be conducted parallel. But GMP, it is manufacturing, and here we are conducting the testing. Here most of the GLP certified facility, what they do, here the testing and the reporting. But the GMP applicable the factory who manufactures the agrochemical or pharma. And the one thing you can say the ISO. Maybe some of the facility may be having that ISO or other standard certification in the facility. Parallelly, they can conduct experiment in the GLP studies. They can conduct in that particular institution. No issue at all.
Okay, sir. Thank you for addressing the question. Now I will hand over to Mrs. Priyanka Patel.
Many people are sending very nice presentation. Thank you all. Thanks for your compliment. I was not confident earlier, but I managed because of there are many speakers are my ex-colleagues in discussing something in front of my ex-colleagues. There are some of them senior people also. Even I was nervous. Okay, I think I managed.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
you. Yeah, please. Please.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, please.
Sir, we have one more question from the Atha Sharthi Pandit, and she asking about what are the number of flows for GLP certification audit?
Can you repeat a bit? Because there was some interference during the question. Can you repeat it again?
Okay.
Or you can put it in the chat as well.
The question is that what are the number of flows for GLP certification audit?
Is the number of
GLP certification audit. Flows for GLP certification audit.
Okay. I got it. See, it's all depend upon the facility, and it has to be. It also depend upon the auditors who came and audited the MGC audited by MGCMA auditor. They have to decide whether the facility require further audit or not. They have to decide. It's not in our hand, TFM hand, not the facility hand. It has to be decided by the regulatory authority whether the facility further audits or not. So there is no any only 2 audit will be there, 3 audit will be there. It's not like that. It depends, because when the auditor comes and find that your facility is perfect, then they may say, oh, okay, the facility can be granted to certificate. They can grant the GLP certification. But if auditor finds the facility need to be improved, the quality has to be improved, then they can extend as much as audit. Hope you got my answers.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for your nice session. Now I hand over to Priyanka, madam.
Yeah, please. Thank you all. Thank you all. Really, I am really happy to be participant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for such an excellent session.